Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about lead generation tools for virtual assistants. Okay, we're going to get a bit nerdy again today. And the idea here is there are a lot of tools out there that you can use to help you basically scrape leads off of public data, where you're going to go through and find a way to pull contact information from people off the internet. Now, these are a little bit challenging. The tools I'm going to talk about do change quite often. So some of these tools, when I talk about them, they may be harder to use than it seems at first. They may be tools that are not always available. They could be some that end up having a fee. There may be some that are shut down because scraping data is not exactly the most ethical practice. I'll just throw it out there. Some people do it all the time. They scrape data to be able to help them generate leads. But the idea that if you use a machine or the internet or a bot or even a person to scrape data, you're not earning it. You're not doing the handshake, the one-on-one greeting to get somebody's information. So if you're going to do mass market campaigns, if you're going to do a lot of spamming, if you're going to send out information to people in a cold setting, these tools can be helpful. I don't recommend them in most cases because I definitely think that there's a better value when you have a chance, when someone opts in, when someone gives you their contact information. That's definitely the preferred way to go. And most of us hate getting all the spam we get. And we get all the spam we get because somebody used a lead generation tool on us. Someone was able to manage our data and grab it from different public sources and turn that into a spam. So I'm not a big proponent of this. But if you need to do it, if you're a virtual assistant who's got a job where you need to generate leads, or if you're a small business entrepreneur, somebody who's just growing it and you just need to generate leads, these tools can add value. However, I do caution you that they do have a little bit more risk and that they're not going to be perfect. You're not paying for the leads, so there's no guarantee they're going to be great. They can be tricky, and of course there is the ethics involved. You may get a lot of people that say, hey, why are you messaging me? I didn't give you my contact information. That's for you to decide if you want to do that or not. Now, there are about a half dozen tools that I've used and a few others that I'll add on here to talk about what you can do to do virtual lead generation. Now, I have occasionally had my team do this. I don't have VAs that do this on a regular basis, but if a client wants that as a one-off, we would be willing to go out there and find you some leads this way. I think it's really important that businesses do whatever they can to grow, especially in tough economic times. And if you use the internet, if you go out there and sign up for something, if you put your name out there, then to some extent you are opting in into the World Wide Web of information that's available. So I have a business where I've grown it mostly organically, mostly through contacts, mostly through people I have met in person or have opted in through electronic sources to be able to be in my audience. But occasionally I have done some of this lead generation, especially trying to build buzz for big events or things that I invested a lot of time and money into and needed to have a lot of attendees. To something that's more of a mass market approach, that's when my team and I have used some of these tools. The first they'll talk about is Snowbo, Snowio, depends on how you want to pronounce it, but it grabs emails from different sites, right? So it's a good way to go out there and just grab emails. You can create email campaigns using it. It's just mass spam stuff. It's going to be not a lot of value. You're going to send out thousands of emails and maybe get one or two back. I'm not sure if that's what you want to do, but if you do, you can use Snowbo to be able to do that. It allows you to make sure that you can extract valid emails, and then of course you can put them into your CRM and you can track and see which ones bounce back and who opts out and whatever. But Snowbo is probably one of the better tools for that. Another is Arrow Leads. You can get prospects here. It shares lists into platforms. So Arrow Leads will format things in a CSV file that you can easily upload into Salesforce or MailChimp or HubSpot or whatever you may be using. It goes out and finds things through LinkedIn. It can get emails and phone numbers. So people publish their LinkedIn profile and put their phone number and email out there. And using Sales Navigator, which Arrow Leads builds into, you can do that. So you can extract leads this way. Again, though, it's not people opting in, right? And you can't do a bulk search of leads. It basically skims what it can and puts the emails and phone numbers into a file that you can then use. The next one is Slick. I've used Slick a couple times. It uses emails on LinkedIn using a Chrome extension. So you have to have Chrome. You have to be able to log into your LinkedIn, set up Slick, and then it will give you access. This is one of those where you have to give them your LinkedIn profile. So it's up to you if you want to do that. It could open you up potentially if Slick was ever hacked or Slick had problems or they decided to sell your information. that's a possibility. But again, this is where your risk reward you have to figure out, right? So if you have a LinkedIn profile where you don't have a lot of things stored, where you maintain a good security around your password, if you keep, monitor your credit card you have attached to LinkedIn, there's probably low risk here. But again, it's something to do. So it will give you an access to be able to basically pull all the emails and phone numbers that are on your LinkedIn. LinkedIn used to give you this. LinkedIn used to give you a download of everyone's contact information that was in your network. If you had 10,000 LinkedIn connections, you could extract from that a file. They stopped doing that about a year and a half ago because people were complaining about too much spam. So Slick is one of those responses to that. Whenever somebody makes a decision to put up a roadblock based on information security, somebody's going to find a way around it. Again, I am not a big proponent of this. I definitely am ethically on the fence about it. I would not recommend it to most people, but hey, it gets used. People need to know about it, so Slick can help you with that. Prospect.io is another example of a internet tool where it finds emails from different websites. This will mainly go out and basically scan websites and look for emails that are listed on websites, right? So if you can imagine you have your email address on your website, or you have a generic info ad or contact ad or whatever, it will pull these emails that are out there and give you a list of all the different public email websites that it can skim at the time. And when it does that, it will put them into a file that you can then use to do marketing. So Prospect.io, like the others, give you a lot of stuff that may or may not actually give you a lot of business, but it is a way to help you build up an initial database. The next is Rocket Reach. Rocket Reach will allow you to do things. It's a little bit different. It's another Chrome extension one. It's not necessarily going out and pulling just emails and phone numbers. It also looks for employees, right? And you can use this with LinkedIn, right? So if possible, it will pull people's LinkedIn profiles that they embed on their websites. A lot of people, especially small business owners or entrepreneurs, will embed their LinkedIn on their website. And this will capture that with Rocket Reach, and you can use it to be able to take all the people that you get and you could add them on LinkedIn. If you want to massively build your LinkedIn profile, Rocket Reach is a way to go. I've used it. I think it's pretty cool, but I also, again, I don't want to have 10,000 LinkedIn connections, people that I'll never do business with. So I don't use it for myself, but I have used it with clients to help them with a more mass market approach. So Rocket Reach, really good for LinkedIn, got to use Chrome, and it also integrates with Salesforce. So a pretty cool tool. Hunter is a easy to use search platform where it looks for email addresses as well. So it does a website domain search, right? So it will look for the website email address that's on the domain, right? So when you register a domain for your business, you generally put a website that has an email attached to it, like the user, right? The person who built the website, the administrator, somebody's email has got to be attached to every domain. Now, if you have a GoDaddy website, GoDaddy allows you to mask your email address, so things like Hunter won't work, but you got to pay for it. It's one of these little internet scams out there people don't know about. But if you just put your domain out there, there's going to be an email attached to it for every domain, and Hunter will find that unless you have the ability to mask it, which when you have your website through GoDaddy, they give you the ability to do that. It will give you that email address, so now you know everybody who ever built a website. You're going to get a lot of ones that are not going to be good anymore, a lot of old ones, but from that, again, you can sort the needles out of the haystack and market to those. Again, this is something that I wouldn't recommend you to spend a lot of time on. These are things you want VAs to do because they're time consuming. They're low hanging fruit, meaning you're going to grab everything, but it's not necessarily very healthy fruit. You're not going to get a lot of business out of it. So if you just want to get your message out there to a wide audience, you have a product or service that covers a wide audience, you're new to the game, you don't have a very big lead list, something like Hunter can help you build it. The next one is Email Extractor. I haven't used this one. I've heard about it a couple places. It grabs data similar to the other ones. It takes, gets emails and phone numbers off of websites, off of publicly published information. It makes me think and reminds me that you got to be careful where you place information. When you put your phone number, when you put your email address on anywhere on the web, on your Facebook profile, on your LinkedIn profile, on your website, people are going to scrape that. They're going to use Email Extractor to do that. There are these tools out there that are always coming up. These tools I'm talking about now, most of them weren't around a couple years ago, and most of them won't be around a couple years from now. They do a lot of business. They get hit. They shut down. They get shut down by the governments of the places they work. or they're founded in. Some of them, a lot of them are in Europe. A lot of them are Eastern European. Again, ethics. Do you want to be doing this? Well, if you do, it's up to your choice. Email Extractor, like all the other ones, can help you grab and make a quick list of emails and phone numbers to call. When you think about robocalling, this is how robocalling starts, right? So companies that do robocalling, say they're trying to sell a timeshare, or real estate, or financial product, they go out there and they use these tools like Email Extractor, and they gather up all these emails and phone numbers, and they put the phone numbers into a robocall where a computer will auto dial every number on that list. And when someone picks up, it'll give you a message, right? So I'm kind of giving you a behind the scenes of how robocalls get started. It's from things like Email Extractor. The last one I'll talk about is called Scrap. It's another Chrome-based one. You notice most of these are built for Chrome. There's not a lot that are built for Safari. Apple's got a much tighter control. Safari's not as popular, so most people that build tools to do web scraping build them in Chrome. Another one that will do bulk contacts from LinkedIn, get email addresses. I have not used Scrap. I've heard about it. I use other tools that I prefer better, but Scrap is out there as well. Any of these tools, though, will give you a lot of leads. There's a couple others I'm not going to go into too much detail because I haven't used them. Zoom Info, I came across it recently, haven't used it, same kind of thing. It gives you a bunch of publicly available information that you can scrape, put into the file and upload into Salesforce, HubSpot, and so forth. I don't know this one very well. I'm not sure how well it works, but give it a shot. Zoom Info. So that's the ones that I've come across. These are the ones that I've used a few of them. I don't use them very often, but when I do, they do help build a pretty big lead list. So if you want to have a virtual assistant do this for you, if you're in a situation where you just need to do a mass email blast, or you want to set up a robocall, or you want to do something to be able to get your message out to a really wide audience, and you're at a point where you're willing to make a decision based on your own ethics and what you want to get out of it, we can help you with that. So we provide consistent services to our clients by being consistent ourselves. We help our clients be more consistent in things like their YouTube videos and their Facebook posts, and doing things by being consistent about when they post. We help our clients clear up their message, send a message that's based on making sure that people understand exactly what you're trying to do and they know exactly what they're going to get from you. And we provide certainty. We deliver results as promised. We give you exactly what you paid for, and we do that for our clients. So the dozen or so clients that I'm currently working with, we provide consistency, clarity, and certainty to them, which allows them to do the same to their clients. So if you're curious about getting the Sonic VA, one of my VAs, to help you do some of these web scraping, lead generation tasks, we can use these tools. You can let us know what you want to do by texting the word data, that's DATA, to 26786, that's data, to 26786. You'll get a reply back with a form to fill out. It takes a minute. Fill out the form, tell us that you want to do some lead generation, you need some help having a VA run some of these tools to help you build up your lead list. You can also go to our website, sonicva.com, where you'll be able to send us an email that tells us what you're looking for. So we can get you a VA started in a couple days. Usually takes about 3 business days from when we start a conversation to when you have a VA working on your business. It's under $10 an hour. We can do all kinds of web scraping for you. We can help you build your list. It's something that if you want to go this route, then let us help you. We're experts at it. So that's my talk for today. Hopefully it was enlightening. Hopefully it makes you think about, do I want to go down this route? Because I hate getting spam and I hate getting robocalls, but everyone else is doing it, so maybe I should too. If that's you, reach out to us. Drop a comment in the comment section, send us a text, send us a message, and we'll get started. Thank you for your time. Now go out there and grow your lead list.